with these guys, because like you said, this guy's a slick guy. He's probably going to be the next prime minister of your country, but I guarantee if that's the case, he is going to push a globalist agenda and make it sound like it's the solution to everything. I thank you for the call, man. Let's jump to Jake in Minnesota. Jake, you're on the line. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jason, thanks for taking my call. I was just going to put in a little piece here real quick. Well, my computer was down for a few days, so I wasn't able to listen to you guys, so I actually had to use the TV.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah, I know, it's pretty sad, but I was on Comcast, and I don't know if everybody has that, but we got a free on-demand thing where you can get some free movies. Yeah. And they're already showing the New World Order. Yeah, the IFC has offered that on demand through certain cable networks. Some of it for pay-per-view, and some of it for free. What is it? $4.95 or is it a free one? No, it's free. I got it for free. So.
Oh, excellent! Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. It's really good. I mean, I really liked it because it was showing all points of view of it, and I thought it was a pretty honest interpretation of it for everybody to look at. So.
You know what? A lot of the times, and I'm going to hold you over so we can discuss the movie, a lot of the times I'm sitting there feeling a little bit uncomfortable because you can tell, they're taking a little over the top against us, but then they pull right back in, and the best example to me was in New Orleans where that blonde young man was out there speaking 9/11 truth, and he talks to those guys at the Pentagon. We'll discuss it further on the other side. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas. All right, we're talking New World Order, IFC style. And the film actually opens up pretty surprisingly in my eyes. It starts off with the Secret Society speech from John F. Kennedy. Now, I'll be using that in my New World Order film entitled Invisible Empire. Obviously taking quite a different approach and really not focusing on the people fighting the New World Order, but proving that not only it exists, but how it has taken root and form and what organizations, secret societies it uses to promote its agenda. Now, the beginning I thought was stellar. And it moves on to more of a human aspect, really lets you get to know these guys. If I would have one criticism for it, it's that, it does sometimes play on like hokey Christian, folk music where, I'm not trying to bash, religion, but, this is a film supposedly about the New World Order and the people behind it. And really the people that they have playing this stuff aren't even main characters. And then there is this one scene where you really feel like the filmmakers are about to turn on, people who promote 9/11 truth, people who try to explain the New World Order to others when this kid, he's not a kid, he's, probably my age, is down in New Orleans. He's got his sign, and, he doesn't have all the facts at the tips of his fingers. He may not have the gift of gab like I do. And these two guys that work at the Pentagon just start jumping on him and laughing at him and ha, 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 you're funny, da-da-da-da-da. And meanwhile, this is, other than Alex, he to me is the most emotional character in it because he woke up due to Katrina. They show him down in New Orleans where houses used to be, and they even end the film with him crying, where it hit me pretty hard. However, he asked them a question which kind of flips the whole thing. He says, well, can you even name one hijacker? And these pompous guys from the Pentagon, these know-it-alls, can't even name one of the 19. Well, what did you like about it? What do you think your favorite and least favorite parts were about the film, Jake?
Well, I thought, overall it was open to interpretation, which is good and bad because, an educated person would be able to look at it that way. Some people who may have a little more programming could turn it on and, see Alex's rant and be a little bit turned off from that and maybe not go throughout the movie. But if they're open to it and they go out throughout the whole movie, I think they can get an idea on the lifestyle that people in the truth movement are living. And that's what I kind of liked. It was a pretty open debate for that, and then also just giving an open view and open to interpretation, which is kind of what I liked. And they did get a lot of 9/11 truth stuff in there and some good info, too. So.
Yeah. I mean, again, they promote my movie all over the place. Loose Change Final Cut is in there, and then my T-shirts, the Investigate 9/11 shirts, are all over the place. There was one character, however, I think that they should have left out completely, and, I didn't think that he added to the mix at all. It was that kid that was doing films, but they were fictional films, and at one point, he seemed credible enough, well-meaning enough, but then he starts talking about how there might be a chip in his head. And I know there are some paranoid schizophrenics out there, but I like to think that the people that do what I do, that do what Alex does, that are really trying to make a difference aren't out there, preaching that we're chipped or that we're being followed all the time. We don't promote hyper paranoia. When I'm telling you about, the swine flu That's because it's all over the media, and I kind of have to explain what's going on. I'm not out here going, they're going to give me swine flu. I've got to stay indoors. I'm going to wear my mask. And for this guy to put out really crappy B-rated New World Order films that aren't documentary style at all, and then say that he might have a chip in his head and, he's just completely obsessed with the subject matter. I mean, somebody who has no idea about 9/11 truth, no idea about the New World Order may be turned off by that. But like you said, it really does give an open portrait of what this movement is about. It really shows Alex Jones's human side while letting people know Alex Jones is Alex Jones. A lot of people are like, well, what's Alex like, outside of the office? Alex Jones is Alex Jones. Okay. He is the same exact guy, whether I'm sitting in my office, typing away, or we're at a restaurant, or we're downtown. Anything. I mean, the guy is Alex Jones 100% of the time. I can promise you that, audience. I thank you for the call, Jake. We're going to go to Sam Sabian and the Anti-Federalist on the other side. There was some other swine flu news that I really needed to work into the program, and that's that Google is now saying, now remember, Google keeps all of your stats for 6 months. That's right, all your information, all this stuff. But then they are supposedly getting rid of it. Well, now they're saying, if we get rid of it, we might not be able to predict another swine flu pandemic. I don't know what the logic is there. The logic seems to be because of the swine flu, we can spy on you for more than 6 months. We're going to read that article and others on the other side. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, prisonplanet.tv, Infowars.com. Data hits flu prediction. Forcing Google to delete user data after 6 months could dent its ability to predict pandemics such as swine flu, said the search giant's co-founder. See, the co-founder of Google is trying to promote that we need to spy on people and keep their information forever, not delete it after 6 months. Let's just database it all. Let's database the whole 9. Larry Page said he thought more debates were needed around the issue of storing user data. Remember, databasing everything you do. The track and trace system is on. The European Commission wants data ditched after 6 months, but Mr. Page said there were benefits to users. More dialogue is needed with regulators, he told UK journalists at a Google event in Hertfordshire. He said Google's ability to plot and predict potential pandemics would not be possible if the firm had to delete search data after 6 months. When we released data about Mexico flu trends, we had a whole debate, he said. We were worried we would cause panic, but we decided that benefits outweighed the cost. They did cause a panic. People were wearing masks. People in this country thought they were going to get the swine flu, but the panic